Alright, so we're back and let's continue with this character. And so the next thing we can think about is how we're going to do the eyelids here, as you can see. So we can make the eyelids out the eyeballs, and so let's select the first eyeball here. Now, to save confusion, we can actually start labeling these pieces of geometry. And so here it just says P sphere 1. We can select it and say eyeball 1, and this is eyeball 2. So let's grab eyeball 1, Control D, duplicate it, and so we've duplicated it, now it says eyeball 3, but this duplicated geometry, we want to turn it into the eyelid, so we can say this is eyelid 1. So we're saving confusion here, and what we can do is just make this a bit bigger. There we go, so it encompasses the eyelid piece there. Okay, and we can do the same here. Control D, duplicate it, so instead of eyeball 3, this is eyelid 2. And again, let's just make it a bit bigger. There we go. And so we've got eyelid 2 and eyelid 1. And what we can do is Control H, hide them, and we can see the eyeballs inside. And so let's just put them on a layer so we don't accidentally select them and accidentally do something to them and realise we've made a mistake afterwards, and that means then we've got to start again. That's a pain in the neck. So click on that. Boom, they're on a layer, and we can label the layer and just say eyeballs underscore layer. Boom, Shift Control H, bring the eyelids back. Now let's see what we can do with the eyelids. I'm going to hit one, there we go. So they're in low res mode. Maybe make this just a bit bigger. There we go. Right, okay, so you can see the eyelid ends here. So we can cut out this part here using a Boolean operation, and the tool we can use is create polygon, and I use this as a kind of like a cutting tool, even though it's a polygon tool. And so just click. So I'm following the line here for the eyelid, and then we want to envelop the geometry we want removing. And there you go, hit W to move. You don't see it, and the reason for that is when you finish creating a polygon with the create polygon tool, it places the center pivot in the center of the scene. Click on this, boom, there we go. It's now in the center of the geometry. We can move it forward. As you can see, it's black, and the reason for that is I'll just give you a little quick explanation about how the polygon tool works. So click on it. If you go in a certain direction, like this way, and this is the what you call it, anti-clockwise, it's the right way around, you see. And if you go clockwise, it's actually inside out. As you can see, it's facing backwards, like I did here. It's not a big problem, because if you do it like this and it's black, you just go to mesh display and do a reverse, and that's the end of story, really. It is that simple. You can hit extrude now and just push it back and make sure you go beyond the geometry here. So we've created our Boolean object, and as you can see, it's inside out again because we pushed it back in negative space. So again, all you need to do is go to mesh display and boom, reverse, and there you have it. So always select the geometry first that is going to receive the booleans. Hold down shift, then select the boolean geometry, just go to mesh, boolean, difference, boom, there you go. We have created our first eyelid. You've got this little options box here to get rid of it, just delete history. Now if we switch on the eyeballs, you can see, there you go. So we've created the eyelid. Switch eyeballs off. Alright, and basically we just need to do the same with this. So go to mesh tools, right, you create polygon and just cut a line through there. There you go. And make sure it covers the entirety of the geometry here, the bit that you want cutting out. Again, it places the pivot all the way here, so boom, center the pivot, bring it forward, hit extrude and just push it back, and there we go. And so remember to grab the geometry that's going to receive the booleans first, and the boolean geometry itself, mesh, booleans, difference, boom, there you go. Delete history. Now let's switch eyeballs on, and there we go. So we've started to create the eyeballs, the eyelids. There we go. Obviously we're not finished yet, because if you take a look at the geometry here, it's all, it's not working, as you can see, because you need nice soft what do you call it, geometry, and the only way to create nice soft geometry is to make sure that your vertices and your edges all connect to create quads, and quads are four-sided shapes. If not, and you hit 3, you get this ugly thing here, which is not very good, and we will deal with cleaning it up later. But for now, there you go, we have blocked out the eyelids, so I will see you next video.